Ready to go for a drive? What are you doing? Alright everyone, we're off to the races. We are currently leaving. I need to take the van in for a quick little appointment. Then you gotta give me some space. Alright. Whew, toasty. Hey! Don't mind the noise. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanella and I live in the Canadian woods with my two dogs, Kota and Denali. And Denali is our newest addition. And last week I asked you guys for some questions because I want to do a question and answer this week while we go about our days and doing work and all the things. So yeah, I picked some questions. You guys had great questions. I'm sorry I can't get to all of them, or this would be the longest episode ever. Hopefully I picked some good ones, and thank you again. Rainbow Lexi, thank you for getting the questions. I close my eyes and let it go. Okay, I think the first question I'm gonna answer is, what is the history of this channel? The very first video was a van life video, and that's what the channel started as. And I did build this van out myself, but I didn't film it because when I started building the van, I had no experience at all with building. I was really stressed out about it, and I was honestly scared to share it. So I didn't. And filming adds like another layer of time. I think it doesn't double the time it takes to do something, it like quadruples the time it takes to do something. And I had a really limited amount of time to build the van out, and my ex and I then moved into the van and traveled full time, and it was awesome. I love traveling and I love the van. And I guess that answers another question, which was, do I plan on doing more trips in the van? Yes I do, because I love driving. My dad was a Rolling Stone, and I am too, and I just love to travel. Yeah. Anyway, it is a beautiful day for a drive. Just gorgeous. Alright, this is a really long drive, so I'm going to answer another question. Andrew was asking how Kota and Denali are getting along. So initially, Kota was indifferent with a hint of, what have you done, mother, and why did you bring this screaming, pooping, peeing thing into our household? But not aggressive. I trust Kota completely. I could leave him alone with the puppy there. He would not attack him. There'd be no fighting. He's just like kind of indifferent with like a shade of ugh. And then after the first week, he like deigned to sniff noses with him. And then they had their first play session together, and Kota was playing with a stick. Kota doesn't play with sticks. He's not like a stick dog, but he likes to play with other dogs with a stick. So he got his stick and he was trying to get Denali to play with him, and he was like chasing him a little bit. And then after they had their little play session, Kota sat down right beside him, and it was like, it's almost like he's taken this big brother, like guardian role of him. It is just making my life so happy. Look at that little sunbeam. But I think that's good for now. I'm going to just enjoy this drive, and I will see you at the mechanics. So cute. I'm just going to wait till they're done. It's okay. I'm going to answer another question. We're just hanging out here while the mechanics do their work. But why don't I answer another Denali question for you guys? So someone was asking where Denali's name came from, and I actually chose it because I really like the meaning. It means the great one. Eventually, he's going to be a big boy. Right now, he's a little boy and a dorky boy, but there are elements to his personality that are telling me he's going to be quite a calm gentle giant, but fierce. If you're wondering why his ear looks like a greasy rat, he already had an ear infection. Wasn't that fun? You want to go back out and see the dudes? See if they're ready? Okay. Let's do that. All right. We are good. I actually had a couple lights out, so I had to fix those, so we're good to go. Nobody survived thus far. Okay, we gotta let your brother pee first. Okay. Go potty. Good boy. He is so smart. Okay. Oh, Manner's already having a nice drink. Good boy. Were you thirsty, Manner? Poor guy. All right. We made it home and everyone is feeling incredibly sassy. Are you incredibly sassy? Manner? Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Where are you going? Don't pee in my new flowers. Oh my God, these dogs. Why? I literally just planted these flowers with Mom. Now we're peeing on them. That's what we're doing. We're peeing on them. Oh, there he is. Are you hungry? Oh, he's so fast. He's so fast. So I need to take some pieces of the skirting off because I left open strategic doors, so that in the summer and spring there can be a breeze under the house so that it doesn't have mold or rot. Not a good thing. So we're gonna do that, right, Susan? Oh, I cannot believe, guys, how many mosquitoes are out. There was not a lot of mosquitoes last year. I feel like I got tricked. I was like, oh, there's not, mosquitoes aren't bad here. Well, they're out in packs and packs. He's doing my quack. Hide all skin from mosquitoes. We have metal cutters for my doors. Yeah. Hey, go away, Satan bird. Satan bird! Leave me be! As you can see, sort of, there is a door. So I'm going to put some wire there. And where's wire? Yeah, we got wire over here. Yeah, this stuff. And that will keep the mice out, but allow for a nice breeze and also keep Denny from going under there, because that would be dangerous. What's wrong, Denson? I should keep this away from him. Let's put it over here. I don't know if you think I'm a flower or an enemy. There, now you can go under the van with your brother, okay? Don't forget your bite. It's sweet for you to lay upon. Figure it out, children. The bugs are crazy. Oh, sweet. Oh, I've totally forgot about that. Already did. Event here. Victory squirrel. Check it out. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, venting of the skirting or the house is done, which I think is a wonderful segue to a question that some of you had about the cabin. So I have a lot of plans for the cabin that are like really important things that need to be done. And honestly, I'd be tackling them all immediately if I could, but if I'm just being real with you guys, a lot of those jobs are really expensive and I just don't have the money to do it right now. That just is what it is, right? So like, for instance, I had to redo the water system, which basically took every penny that I had. So I put all my money into that, which was a project I didn't think needed to be done. One of the things I wanted with the place I was gonna buy was that the well system would be good and intact and be able to function, and this one unfortunately did have the promise of that, but it did not follow through. So yeah. So that being said, lots and lots of projects. The house needs to have the roofing redone. So I want to put a tin roof on it. It's the best thing to do. I will be doing that, and it's gonna look awesome, and just aesthetically it's amazing, but also it's just so much better for the house in the long run. I also need to add soffit, which is going to require me to redo the roof because I have to take the shingles off and extend the ceiling, the roof, out more because there's no soffit here. They did drill holes and that will vent it a little bit, but it's not sufficient, so that needs to be done. Now, I know that the house looks lovely on camera and I'm so glad, but there's still a lot that needs to be done in here. So behind me, I'm turning this area into a closet. I need to add a door for the bathroom because, you know, when people come to visit me, often they're like, oh, there's no door. Not that I have a lot of people who visit me. It's my daughter, my mom, my stepdad, but still, they deserve a door. And what else? So yeah, besides that, painting everything white, including the ceiling, because from the get-go, I wanted to have a really clean white aesthetic inside. And then upstairs, I am totally redoing upstairs. I need to put the walls on. I'm turning it into a giant bedroom. Initially, I had made it's a closet, a glorified closet, but it was supposed to be an office. It's not gonna be, don't need it anymore. So we're turning that into a huge bedroom. Huge, bear in mind it's still pretty small, but that's the plans for there. So I'm excited about that one for sure. So yeah, I have lots of plans. I have so many plans, it's like, it feels overwhelming. I am just like one little human. I'm not little, I'm 6 feet. But in the expanse of time and space, I am one person, and this will segue very, very beautifully into a health question. There was a couple of people asking about health, but it's like, how is your health and how are you managing at the cabin with a chronic illness? And you seem really well. And I do seem really well. Yes. And my mom was talking about this with me the other day too, where she's like, you seem so great. And then if I tell anyone you're sick, they're like, she seems just fine. And the thing with a chronic illness, and I'm sure people who have an autoimmune illness or a neuroimmune illness or anything like that, any illness, it doesn't matter. You mask it because number one, just sitting and just talking about how bad it is not gonna do me any good. The thing that I think can be a little troublesome is when you have an invisible disease, it can feel to you like no one believes you, and then you wear the mask that sort of, I don't know how to say this. An honest answer to the question is I've been really bad and I've been really good. It just depends, and it's up and down. How do I manage flare-ups with a puppy? I have no idea. He's still brand new, and it is like, it's hard. It is hard to be by yourself. It is also really awesome. I feel cute. What are you doing? Thinking about life? So other big projects, I would like to eventually build another cabin further back in the property because I have 12 acres. Would love to do that. That is one of the future plans. Planting flowers in gardens, someone asked. Yes, would love to. And while we're chatting about it, check out my lilac bush. I planted it last summer and it is living and blooming and it's so beautiful. Anyway, plans for the cabin. It's such a long, I guess you guys said cabin, not property, but we threw the property plans in there too. So lots and lots of plants. Good morning, everyone. It is going to be a sweltering, can you see me? Can you hear me? It's going to be a sweltering 31 degrees. Holy capoly. And before I continue with my task of untarping the wood, I have to show you guys the blossoms. Check it out. Look at this. My apple tree is blooming. It's almost there. Look at all of the blossoms. Oh, gosh. I feel like there's more this year. There's more mosquitoes this year, but there's also more apple blossoms. I'm gonna continue untarping the wood. The tarp has gotten some holes in it over the winter. It's not really doing much, and I want the wind to dry the wood, so that's my task at the moment. Ow! Okay. I'm okay. Just complaining. So essentially, this is what we're left with. Screw you. I want to repile that. Anyway, it's still pretty sturdy on the sides, but, and then I also have all of that, which is still a fair amount. Hey, did any of you guys have any experience with the fake hornet's nests? Do they actually work? Thinking of getting some and putting them up. Anyway, that's the wood that we're working with. I think we still got quite a bit left, honestly. It's good. Sehr good. So somebody asked where I see myself in 5 years, and I mean, I don't really know. I do see myself here, which is an answer to another question, which was, is this your forever home? And yes, that is the plan. But you know, life can life, and I have learned in my decades on the planet that, you know, sometimes you make plans and they don't work. But I think I can safely say that is my plan for the future. A little coffee in a takeaway cup. All right. Well, I think that's almost about all for this vlog. Quickly, just a couple more answers to some questions. Put them down for a minute. My tattoos, so maybe just a couple. My keyboard, someone asked specifically what the keyboard meant. I have been a pianist since I was a little girl. Piano is like my heart instrument. That's what I started on. And yeah, I was a full-time musician. If you're not aware, I was a full-time musician for basically all my life. And I played piano and sang leads in all my bands. And I also taught voice for 20 years and taught piano as well for many years. So yes, music is my heart. And what else do we have for tattoos? I have a semicolon here. It basically just means that a sentence could have a period or it could have a semicolon. If it has a semicolon, it continues. This is in reference to life. Life could have ended, but we chose to keep going. And I really love this tattoo. It means a lot to me, and I'm happy to still be here. P.S. Denny's fine. He's practicing being by himself for short periods of time. He's actually doing really well. And guitar, I've played... How long have I played guitar? You can find my music on all of the streaming platforms. My music was a lot heavier, so I was in mostly alternative and rock bands, and my style itself was very like with the piano, punk cabaret we call it, and yeah, rock with the other bands. But you can find Tanella on Apple Music, Spotify, all the things. And then my band, who I really loved as well, was called Beloved Foe. They were based out of Sweden, and yeah, I had such a great time with those guys. So the music you can find there. I'm going to release new music because the new style that I have is, I mean, I can't really call it a new style. I've been doing it for a long time, but it's acoustic and calmer music. Yeah, I think maybe I'll play for you guys one of my songs, which I've played before on here, but I'm going to play it again because I really like it. And maybe we'll go outside with Denny and play it. And it's basically a song that I wrote about living with chronic illness and people who live with illnesses and how that changes who you are or doesn't change who you are. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'll just play it for you guys. Let's go outside.
He's my screechy little Scrooge.
Solid again. Drag the water till it's crystal. Find the reasons that they left. Was it quiet there when the asteroid hit? Are you keeping it under wraps? Did you fall in love with a hurricane girl? Did you lose yourself again? And are you feeling tired now? Used to paint your pretty face, now the mirror lets you down. Are you in the fallout now? Used to burn through cities, now you don't. Leave the house. Keep an eye on him, he's not level. 'Cause she spent her last year in the ground. We patched the old boat, but it's sinking. He built, it's coming down. Was it quiet there when the sun went out? Were there blood stains on the sky? Did you fall in love with an angel man and forget that you couldn't fly? And are you feeling tired now? Used to stare at a pretty face, now photographs let you down. Are you in the fallout now? Used to burn through cities, now you don't. Leave the house. Keep an eye on me, I'm not level. I'll be solid again.
So many boobs. See you next week. I love you guys. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Please, if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. It really helps the channel. It helps me a lot so I can continue to make these videos. I have to say a big thank you to my Buy Me a Coffee family. You are basically the reason why I can keep doing this. So thank you. I love you guys. Mwah.